Wondering which supplements you should be taking during pregnancy? Well, having reviewed the evidence and provided consultations to thousands of clients, I've summarised my essential recommendations for which supplements you should take while pregnant. Stay tuned. If this is our first time connecting, welcome. My name is Melanie McGrice and I'm a pre and postnatal dietitian. I help couples give their babies the best start possible with the power of good food. Make sure that you connect with me on my socials. You'll find all of the details in the description box below this video. Now, as a dietitian, I believe in a food-first approach, meaning that I believe that food is the best source of nutrition, and I'd prefer that you get your nutrients from a great diet than from supplements. However, pregnancy is a time of such increased nutrition needs that I believe that taking some additional supplements is worth it for most women. I also passionately believe that every woman should have her nutritional supplements tailored to her unique needs. Your body composition, dietary habits, medical conditions, pregnancy complications, and more will all impact the supplements that you should take when you're pregnant. A prenatal dietitian is the best person to assess your unique needs and determine which pregnancy supplements are right for you. However, I'm going to share my top 4 supplements to take when pregnant. Number 1, I'm sure you guessed this one, folate. Folate is the only nutrient that's recommended to take by authorities worldwide during pregnancy due to the strong data showing its impact on reducing the risk for babies developing neural tube defects. Now, folate comes in 3 main forms of supplements: folic acid, folinic acid, and methylfolate. Although each of these forms have many other names, so it can become quite confusing. The research on reducing neural tube defects has been done using folic acid, so it's the primary choice for most people. Folinic acid and methylfolate are better absorbed, so may be beneficial for women who have folic acid absorption issues. I'd recommend speaking to your prenatal dietitian about how much you need and which type would be the best choice for you. But for most women, 400 micrograms of folic acid will be adequate. You can take folate as a standalone supplement or as part of a pregnancy multivitamin. Now, number 2 is iodine. During pregnancy, iodine maintains normal functioning of your thyroid gland, regulates your baby's metabolism, and is essential for the development of your bubba's brain and nervous system. Severe iodine deficiency during pregnancy can result in physical and mental stunting. However, research suggests that even a small iodine deficiency during pregnancy can actually impact your child's learning abilities well into the future. Countries with iodine deficient soil, such as Australia and the United States, routinely recommend 150 micrograms of iodine per day during pregnancy. However, if you have a thyroid condition, you should speak to a healthcare professional before taking iodine supplements. Also, note that if you're taking a prenatal multi, you may find iodine in there. So check any other supplements that you're taking before adding it in, as like all supplements, too much can be even more harmful than too little. Now, number 3 is omega-3. Now, although you can easily meet your basic omega-3 requirements with a healthy diet, research has found that high doses of omega-3 during pregnancy can significantly reduce the risk of your baby being delivered early, known as a preterm birth. When your baby is delivered early, it can increase the risk of a host of long-term health problems. So if something as simple as taking omega-3 supplements during pregnancy can make the difference, then I'm all for it. Now, the research has found that you need to take between 500 and 1,000 milligrams of long-chain omega-3, with at least 500 milligrams being docosahexaenoic acid, also known as DHA. Omega-3 during pregnancy is also important for reducing your baby's risk of food allergies, reducing their risk of asthma, boosting their brain growth and development of their eyesight, and much, much more. So a worthwhile supplement. Now, number 4, for my last choice, I've gone with vitamin D. Now, although the NICE guidelines from the United Kingdom are one of the few national organisations to routinely recommend a vitamin D supplement throughout pregnancy, I believe it's an important supplement to consider. Maybe that's because I live in Melbourne, Australia, where it's often cold and every second one of my clients has a vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D supplementation is only required if you're not getting enough. And as we get most of our vitamin D from the sun, if you don't get outside most days, or you're someone who covers up when outdoors, I'd highly recommend that you ask your doctor or obstetrician to check your vitamin D levels. The UK guidelines recommend 10 micrograms or 400 international units of vitamin D each day during pregnancy, but it's safe to take up to 100 micrograms or 4,000 international units per day if your levels are low. Vitamin D deficiency has been associated with an increased risk of preeclampsia, gestational diabetes, and low birth weight babies. And emerging evidence suggests a potential relationship between vitamin D deficiency and an increased risk of allergic diseases. Pregnancy is the most important time in a woman's life for optimal nutrition, so I'd highly recommend that you book a consultation with a prenatal dietitian for personally tailored nutrition advice. If you haven't already done so, download my free pregnancy meal plan from melaniemcgrice.com/pregnancy. And make sure that you subscribe so that you receive my weekly pregnancy nutrition tips. I'll see you in my next video. You learn a lot about people's bathroom habits staying here.